What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Acts of Creation. And on this week's lesson, we take a look at a simple way how we can incorporate some hybrid picking into our arpeggio pattern. So what we'd like to do here on this channel is to take some musical concept and look at ways that we can incorporate it into our guitar playing, our riff writing, and our songwriting. And what I want to look at today is hybrid picking and a simple way that we can incorporate it into some arpeggio patterns that we might already be familiar with. Alright, so we're going to run through some arpeggios. It's going to go over a chord progression, and our chord progression is C sharp minor down to C major, up to E major, and then to A7 and E augmented chord. Alright, so I'm on a 7-string in standard tuning. The arpeggios are played on a 6-string, so if that's all you have, don't worry about it. Alright, and if you want to find a PDF or guitar profile, down in the description you will find those links. And while you're down there, please click on the subscribe button because we do this weekly. Alright, so let's check out the example and then we'll break down the arpeggio patterns. So before we start breaking down our chord progression, let's take a quick look at the pattern, our picking pattern for each chord. So we're going to be playing a note with our pick, and then we're going to be hybrid picking the next string. Okay, and that's going to follow through every way, and then when we get to the top, it's going to be, I'm going to upstroke every attack. Alright, so our chord, our C sharp minor chord, our first chord, is going to be 9, 7, hammer to 11, 9, hammer 8 to 11, 9, 7, hammer to 11. Okay? And every one of those hammers or slurs are going to be attacked with our middle finger. And then we upstroke on the way back down. Okay? So our first chord is C sharp minor. Our next chord is going to move down 1 fret. It's going to go to C major this time. So our picking pattern is going to be the same, but the pattern itself has to fit itself with a major chord, right? So there's going to be some larger spacings going on. So we have 8, 7, 10, 9, 7, 11, 8, 7, 12. Now we're going to go up to the 12th position. It's known as E, same chord, E major 7. Okay, so that's 12, 11, 14, 13, 11, 15, 12, 11, 16. Okay, so then we're going to go to an A7 chord or an A dominant 7 chord. In the example, I played it up in 17th position. Alright, 17 minus 12 is 5. If you want to play it down in this position, go for it. So I'll play the A7 chord down in this position, even though in the example I played it up here. The pattern is the same, it just might be easier to see down here. Alright, so it's 5, 4, 7, 5, 7, 6, 5, 4. Now, this 4 is actually the start of the next chord, and that's an E augmented chord. So that chord's going to sound a little extra crunchy, right? A little extra tension in that chord. An augmented chord is just stacking major thirds, just like a diminished chord is stacking diminished thirds. So that's what we're doing down here. To the C sharp minor chord. Alright, so there you go. Fun way to incorporate some hybrid picking because those arpeggio patterns are just fun to play. It's fun to outline chords that way. And then it's not too difficult to get used to it because you're just hitting one finger, right? And you're not skipping all over the place. It's a very straightforward pattern. Down in the description below, you can find a PDF or guitar profiles. While you're down there, please click on the subscribe button because we do this weekly. And as always, let me know what you come up with. So until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.